Now, the first thing to note is that whenever we read a poem, we want to scan the poem for meaning. This scansion is a way of looking at the structure of the poem and the imagery in the poem to see how it fits together, to see how all those elements, the rhyme, the rhythm, the meter, the imagery, all fit together in order to give the poet's idea or convey his idea. The translator here has translated the poem in a non-traditional Petrarchan way. He has rhymed peace, things, cease, bring, and then used the same rhyme scheme as less or lease, ring, increase, sing, and then ease, bring, disease, sting. So the rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B for the first quatrain, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, and then finishes with a gain and pain. When we look at the speaker of the poem is thinking about love and how love is causing him all sorts of pains. And he begins, the very start of the poem, reflecting on nature. With the first words, alas. Alas, that all things now do hold their peace. The world is calm, the world is at ease, so this brings him great pain. And what the poet does here at the very opening is he creates a certain suspension. So we don't know why all these things at peace at night cause him great pain. We would think that at night it would be calm and beautiful. And he even describes the beasts of the air, the birds, their song do cease, the night's car, the stars about doth bring. The idea that the stars are coming out and the world's beautiful. And in the second quatrain he hints that the sea is calm and the waves were working less and less. But the problem is not that the world is calm, but that there's a contrast between the calm world and the not calm speaker. Because as he says in the second quatrain, notice, so am not I. I'm not calm. Why is he not calm? Well, obviously because love is racking him. It's wringing him, he says. Wrings him out. And it brings before him great increase of desire. He's lying in his bed thinking about the girl that he loves, and he can't go to sleep, and it just makes him toss and turn and weep and sing in joy and woe. So that his whole life is now one of doubtful ease. He doesn't know whether she loves him or not. And so although the world out there is calm, the poet says, the speaker says, I am not, and that's causing me terrible pain. And here comes the volta then for my sweet thoughts. And here, the volta is a turn of thought. And why is he not calm? It's because his sweet thoughts, that is the thoughts of the woman that he loves, sometimes bring him pleasure, but more often they cause him a disease. Something that causes him a pang. Love is like a disease that stings him and won't let him alone. So that by the end of it, with the rhymed couplet, we think there's going to be an answer. And he says, when that I think what grief it is again to live, and yet lack the thing should rid my pain, the woman that he loves, we get an elevation of the poem to another level. It's now partly about love and about missing the woman you love, but it's also about that deep-seated eros, the human desire for something beautiful. And thus Petrarch changes the poem from simply being a reflection of his own discomfort versus the calm world to a reflection of how a human being in general is discomfited. Why? Because although the world may be calm, we all of us long for that heavenly, beautiful, wonderful place where love is made complete. Eros, our thoughts on eros, make us uncalm.